What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ghost Society. Welcome to Season 1, Episode 1 of the Tough Conversation. Today's topic we'll be discussing: should America implement gun control or stricter laws on possessing a firearm? Mass shootings and shootings happen every year, and it's the norm for the U.S. Or American communities. On average, about 40,000 plus people die from gun violence every year. One of the lesser deaths or fatalities that happen in the U.S. compared to recent years, COVID or car accidents and stuff like that. Recently, America just had their most um, devastating mass shooting, which is the Buffalo shooting that happened in Buffalo, New York, where 18-year-old Payne Gidron went into a supermarket in a predominantly black neighborhood. The name of the supermarket is Tops, and he went in and he killed 10 people and injured 13 others. Majority of the people who died and were injured were blacks, and two of the people who died were white. Officials have deemed this racially motivated, not just because of the people who died, but he also created a manifesto before the shooting happened, where he stated his hate for black people and other minorities, and him trying to locate the nearest, most predominant black neighborhood, so he can kill off the black Americans because of his hate. Excuse me. So, because of this mass shooting and other shootings that also happened over the weekend, because the Buffalo shooting happened on Saturday, and after the Bucks game, the Bucks versus the Celtics, and some other events that was going on over the weekend in different U.S. cities, over 100 people were shot in the U.S. that weekend, aside from the Buffalo shooting. And because of these shootings happening over the weekend, it sparked the conversation again. Should we implement gun control or restrict, or create laws, stricter laws on possessing a firearm? I don't know why I'm stuttering, but yeah. But it really gets one thinking, like, what can we do to help prevent or stop these recurring mass shootings and shootings on the daily, really? Because if it's not a mass shooting on the daily, somebody's getting killed from gun violence, especially in less fortunate neighborhoods. So it's just kind of like, what can we do as a community? And for a lot of, for officials and the government, I hope that they're thinking about what can we do, what can we implement, what can we help stop, and what can we create, what can we put in place to create a safer community for our people. Because I mean, too many families, too many communities have been affected by gun violence, and too many communities and families are being affected by gun violence on the daily, even on the hour, even on the minute as we speak, and as I'm creating this video. I don't know. I don't know how many families, I don't know how many communities, how many cities are going to continue to be affected until somebody finally steps in and say, hey, we need to do something. We need to put in place something that can help our people and help create a safe space, help a safe environment for our American people. Now, I live in the South. I live in Texas specifically, and I know that my Texans, or these Texans and these Southerners, are not going to give up their guns. They're not. They're not going to lay down their right to bear arms. So, with that being said, if the government tried to get rid of that, there's going to be Civil War Part 2. So, with that even being said, is there a middle ground? I believe so. And I'm going to go ahead and give you my take. Because I asked a question earlier, should we create stricter laws on possessing a firearm or implement gun control laws? I'm going to go ahead and give you my take. I think we should create stricter laws on possessing a firearm. Now, researching some ways and what it takes to possess a firearm, from my knowledge and what I researched, you have to go through a background check, check that is provided from the FBI with the record, and they ask you a bunch of questions, this and that, and just kind of take a deep dive into your history, depending on how good the gun shop, how much they care about who, or are cautious about who they're selling their firearms to. And they also kind of really nitpick at your psyche just to make sure you're a well-rounded individual and make sure you're not trying to go do some harm to another human being. From my knowledge, firearms are used as a sport and for hunting, not for human harm. I mean, but they were created for human harm. But I got that from hobbyists and gun enthusiasts. Correct me if I'm wrong, gun enthusiasts or hobbyists. But I digress. Going back to my take, I think that we should create stricter laws on possessing a firearm. And even that, I think that we should get rid of some of the guns, like AR-15s. I don't really think that we need AR-15s. A lot of gun enthusiasts, hobbyists will disagree with me, because from what I've known, that AR-15s are not a high caliber weapon. Somebody said they're pretty mid. They're not high caliber. They're intermediate, and they don't really pose a big threat. Even the rounds are not high caliber to my knowledge. So it's just kind of, and they're just kind of like, there's no need to ban ARs. But I still feel like we should get rid of ARs. And I think the only guns we need in this country is just handguns. I think handguns and some shotguns for home defense. But other than that, I don't see the need for AR-15s and foregrips and, slings and lasers and, special type scopes putting on the gun. Silencers, I just don't see the purpose of that. I did see from somebody reacting onto social media saying that if you take away our guns, the criminals will have the guns, and you will leave the people defenseless. Well, that's why you make them illegal, so it's even harder for the criminals to get on the guns. Because while they're illegal, it's easy for the criminals to have the guns. I don't know. Comment down below what you guys think. Comment down below, should we implement stricter gun laws, and should we implement gun control? I'm just tired of seeing my fellow Americans die from gun violence, even though it's not, gun violence is not the high percentage, or not a lot of people in the U.S. die from gun violence, but the problem is gun violence, the communities suffer emotionally, an emotional toll from gun violence. That's why I think gun violence is such a big deal. Bigger than car accidents. Like I said, I live in Texas, and in a certain city I live in, car accidents it happens on the daily. There's probably like thousands of car accidents that happens in the city. I don't even know. Every time I drive into the city, because I kind of live in the country, there's always a horrible accident. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I wasn't too all over the place. Kind of get my point, straight across. Should we implement gun control or stricter laws on possessing a firearm? Make sure you guys like and subscribe for more videos like these. The point of the tough conversation is to get you guys talking, and it's more opinionated. There's really no sides taken. You have a take, you take an opinion, and you dish it out, and we get to talking and see if we can come up with middle ground solutions. Or I just want to get to make a platform and project the people's voices out there and what you guys think about a certain topic or what's going around the U.S. or the world. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe. I try to post 2 videos per week of the Tough Conversation. This is Tough Conversation Season 1, Episode 1. Be lookout for Episode 2. Have a good night, guys. Peace out.